like a drink.
Fuck it. For 30 years now, outer space has been an area of active human activity. The surrounding area has become a new working place for Earthlings. The space age began with the launch of the first Earth satellite and Yuri Gagarin's flight. The 1971st year of space has received an extremely effective instrument for the exploration of the first manned satellite station in orbit. Orbital stations were constantly improving. 6 and 7 on salute. The second docking unit allowed additional crews to be received. This allows for a substantial expansion of the research agenda. A system of permanent supply of the station has emerged with the help of automatic cargo vessels of the refueler. The station can now continue for many years. The aircraft carried out a large flight program, including those involving astronauts from the countries of the Socialist Commonwealth of France and the Indians. Research and experiments carried out in various fields of science provide scientists with a wealth of material for practical solutions to a number of pressing problems. 11 international expeditions have worked fruitfully on board these stations. Further development of the space research program required improvements in research equipment. There was a need to establish stations consisting of more than one station, self-contained blocks. One. On February 20th, the 1986th year of the Proton launch vehicle launched the base rocket into space. The world's new orbital station. Well, yes. Mo. Her first crew of astronauts, Leonid Kissim and Vladimir Solovov, conducted successful flight tests on the new station. Well, automation of systems management processes enabled the crew to focus on scientific experiments. At the station, it was possible to expand the housing volume by improving the layout. Two separate small cabins have been established and crew members can rest and work. There's a spacious working salon. The new station has a two-way channel through the loop repeater satellite, which has been negotiated with the crew. The transmission of telemetric management information to obtain the results of scientific research can take place almost at any time of the day. Yuri Romanenko and Alexander Ovavikin continued their space watch at the station. At the same time, the first research module of Quant Station is being prepared for flight. It contains an X-ray complex of astrophysics equipment developed in the USSR with scientists from Holland, Germany and countries of the European Space Agency. The composition of the X-ray Orbital International Observatory has entered. A telescope with a shadow mask. Periscope of foes which fruit like a pulsar. Gas vents. A proportional mirror. An UV telescope to the eyes has also been installed. Their working together in different ranges will provide a wealth of scientific information. The new orbital observatory will allow astrophysics to conduct a comprehensive study of remote sources of X-ray radiation. With its appearance, science has acquired a unique instrument to learn the unsolved secrets of the universe. The world station allows for a significant reduction of the Earth's flow of cargo. The Quant module has a fundamentally new system for providing the crew with oxygen electron based on electrolytic water degradation. The oxygen released is used to breathe the cosmonaut. Hydrogen is being released into outer space. An air system has been installed to remove carbon dioxide aboard the station. You don't need to get heavy oxygen regenerators and carbon sink cartridges into orbit. On board the research module and the new key homeland orientation executives. This is the most sophisticated electromechanical device capable of stabilizing the station in space to a few corner minutes. With the installation of Keratin, it was no longer necessary to spend fuel on the orientation of the station. The special efforts of the specialists focused on the establishment of an automatic control system for the entire space complex. The onboard system makes it possible to calculate and monitor the operation of the space system at almost any stage. Dad. It's time. The first module is connected to the station. The transport unit is retreating and the module is being incorporated into the complex. His telescopes have moved towards X-rays that are beyond the reach of Earth's exploration. Astrophysical research has become more effective through the Space Observatory. Onboard observations of the Orbital Observatory are processed jointly by the pilots at the Space Research Institute of the SSR Academy of Sciences. Yes. Wow. Head of the experiment, member of the correspondent of the USSR Academy of Sciences, Ratchet Olivich. To tell you one more thing, the international team is working. So I'm looking at the X-ray sources from Quant's module that were just surprised when we got the first observations. It turns out that the quant module complex, and the huge quantum module complex of the station were very well stabilized. It turns out that stabilization, when we are at the source of the civilization, is maintained during our observations with the accuracy of about 2 traps. It's a wonderful result, and we've all been grateful for it. We're very big plans. We're gonna attack a lot of X-ray sources, and we just have to keep going like this. Among the first results are interesting material on the study of a supernova star in a large Magella cloud. And this is just the beginning of an unusual, promising method that opens up to astrophysics and new horizons. The world station is just beginning to operate in orbit. The space complex will expand with new research modules. It means something else. On May 15, the 1987th year of the Soviet Union launched a new launch vehicle with a launch mass of more than 2.0 tons. This universal missile will allow space vehicles and pasta modules to orbit about 100 tons.
England. It is now possible to create even larger multi-purpose orbital complexes with the large blocks and structures needed to meet the critical
Challenges of space exploration facing mankind at the threshold of the 21st century.